Welcome, Madness members, YouTube subscribers, all my friends in the comic industry. We are here tonight for a special edition of Friday Madness to help somebody whose book's counting down. It ends tonight. We're going to do a little countdown for them. We're going to talk with them for an hour or so and hopefully get them some more. They just got funded. I'm pretty sure I just saw that they just passed funded, so it's like, let's help them out. Let's hopefully get them some more. They just got funded. Look at that. Sure I think I just went live on Facebook. All right, so I'm gonna share this out a little bit and make sure people are seeing it, and we're gonna bring out our guests here as soon as our main guest arrives. We're gonna bring them out. But I want to talk about Crom Content a little bit. January 2nd and 3rd. It looks like we have enough people wanting to still be part of this that we may have to do a Friday pre-con show right here on Comic Talk with Pops. Because I've already got 3 people on the alternate list, and if the alternate list gets too long, we just go ahead and fire it up the day before. What the hey? Right? Because that's what we do. Exposure for everyone we can help. You know what we're trying to do here. Exposure is king. Now, as we watch that horrible 2020 go away and we get ready to come into 2021, we're looking at that positive thing where we just want everybody to just power right through the end of this year, have a great holiday. Not a regular holiday. Go all out, man, because this year you guys deserve it, man. Go all out. Have a great time. Doc, come on out, bro. It's time. It's time for us to see you, man. I'm just saying. We got Doc Hog. We got Doc Hog, tilt number 2. And he's going to come out here. And we have the lovely pink lady Leanore, and she's coming out here with them, and we are going to have us a little bit of a countdown, a little bit of a bash, a little bit of a party, right? So there it is. Get that out to the group, and we'll see about having some guests. What's up, people? I see Jeremy Lott is already shown up, popping out here. He was here first. He was actually here 10 minutes before we launched. I just want y'all to know that. He was out here way early. What's up, Jeremy? Oh, Jim O'Reilly. If y'all don't know Jim, that's Mojo Origins right there. If you don't know the Gator, I'm telling you, you need to go check out the Gator. I don't know where Doc is, but hi, Leanore.
Hello.
We ain't gonna wait no more. I
don't know where he is either.
I'm sure he'll be any minute. I think I told him pop out at 8:05, but you know, we do it the way we do it, right?
Absolutely.
We have people popping in. How y'all doing? Appreciate the watch for sure, man, because exposure is king for our creatives.
Yes.
In the madness and outside the madness. If you're not in the madness, come join the madness. Comic-related madness on Facebook. That's how we do it. Leanore.
Yes.
I just now see, it was just like, a month ago maybe that I encountered you up on that other platform, up on that Twitter thing. And I was like, who's this? And I started following her. And then next thing you know, Doc's like, you're talking about Leanore does his book. And I'm like, I didn't know she's doing his book.
Yeah, I'm coloring book 2. I'm almost done with it. I was on the team for book 1, and that was a blast. So I'm really glad that he kept the same team for book 2. It's been great. I'm really invested. So even at this point, if he fired me, I'd continue to promote it like crazy. He's stuck with me at this point. There's no getting rid of me.
Well, obviously it's a good team. If you're funding, it's like you're doing it. You're doing this. This one's going to print. Okay.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's what we're talking about, right? Everybody help you guys out. Get them funded. Get them printed. Get them in your hot little hands.
We got down to the wire, though. It's just at 100% funded, $10 over goal with 113 backers. So we just squeaked in there. Just in there. 7 hours left. Counting it down. Woo. it was close.
And now's the time, y'all. If you want to bump that up to a higher tier, or if you're thinking about getting on, you're not sure, this is the time, because I think midnight it's over.
Oh yeah.
So we're in the last 4 hours. Now we're not going to be out here for 4 hours, but we're going to try to get you to jump on, get on this campaign, buy this book. I think, holy crap! I think we got bang!
We have a Doc.
Well, you told me 8:05, Pops.
And there he is at 8:05. See, I told you he'll be here at 8:05.
In fact, I'm
the early bird. I got the worm.
We just do it. You know how it is. I didn't want to leave Leanore sitting there in the backstage for too long, so
I was marinating.
Never want to leave a lovely lady waiting.
Especially a pink one. I'm telling you, it's like, all right,
especially one that's been tied up recently.
Very recently, yes.
There you go. It's a bunch of homicidal playing cards versus the mob.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
I love that.
Do I have your banner already in here somewhere? I should. I got like 1 million banners saved in this.
You might, but I don't know.
Well, you've been out here before. I should. Anyway, Doc, go ahead. Give us a little rundown of book 1. Let the people know what happened in book 1. Give them a reason to jump on board for book 2.
Yeah, but I'm funded now, so what do I care?
Yeah.
Hey, now.
never think that way, man, because, there's always that one person that can't pay and pulls it at the last minute. So we need more.
There you go,
man.
Besides, I do have a stretch goal that I'd like to get to too. So of course, yeah. Well, book 1, the whole story here centers around the main character Jennifer Poehler. Her dad Larry is murdered by mobsters, and the mob is now out to get her. And in the afterlife, her dad begs a spirit to give her a power that will protect her, and the spirit agrees and gives her the power to make the kings, queens, and jacks and a deck of cards come alive. And then but the price of having that power is that she has to use it to eliminate the mobsters, and she just gets that going in part 1. In part 2, we are now pretty much into the full-on slaughter of most of the mobsters. Basically what's going to happen here is the head mobster Johnny Ricca is having a birthday party. He's hiring a stripper to jump out of the cake. Particularly, he's actually kind of hiring Ellen Noire to jump out of the cake. And but Jennifer, with the help of the Jacks, kidnaps Ellen Noire. Oh, hello there.
Yeah, Bobby.
Oh, my goodness. Is he a husky?
Yeah, he's one of them. He's one of the twain. He got banished to the basement. They got in a fight the other day, and the other one's got a big old gash on his face.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. He knows.
And
he knows. He feels bad. He really does. I know.
That's why I like dogs better than cats, although I have a cat now. So I like cats, though. And where was I? At any rate, Jennifer is going to insert herself in the cake and then jump out during the party, throw out the cards, and it's game on. But Jennifer's recklessness and her and impulsiveness is going to catch up to her at the end of issue 2. It will lead into issue 3, the final part of this story arc. And to find out what happens at the end of issue 2, well, you'll have to back it.
Yes, you'll back it.
And
so how many characters are based on you now?
Okay, actual characters with names, I think only 2, because there's Morella in the Mythoverse now, and that's actually directly based on me, and that's a reoccurring character. And then Ellen Noire makes a brief appearance while tied to a chair. So that's 2 that have names. The rest of them are just sort of like random background cameos. I don't know if they count as characters.
You sound just like me. I'm recurring character in a couple different books and popping up all over the place.
Just my face in the background a couple places. It's nothing major.
I keep having people tell me, man, can I put you in my book? I'm sure, do whatever you want.
Hell yeah.
So it's kind of fun. I know I'm going to be ringside in Florida, man, at the wrestling match. And,
all right.
all kinds of different books. People are like, "Hey, man, can I draw you?" Sure, dude. It's fun, man. It's a blast. That's the thing about indie. What do you got to do? Enter some kind of a contest that 8 million people enter to get your face in a big 2 book in one little panel somewhere. You got to win a contest with 8 million people in it to do that. In the indies, it's just like people like, "Hey, man, can I use your likeness, or can I put you in my book, or do you want to be in my book?" And it's like you hear it all the time. It's great.
You don't have to win any contest with me. You just have to pay me.
Well, there's tiers. There's tiers in everybody's platform, in everybody's campaigns. They have drawn into the book or written into the book or any number of things. That's what I mean. That's an indie thing. You can't get that. No, you can't get that out of any of the big companies. So it's just another added bonus where there's fan interaction, and fans are the ones that buy the books.
There you go.
Fans are the ones that matter.
It seems that people forget that sometimes. I don't mean our indie people. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like I'm down to just a couple titles that I still love, but that's only because there's something actually good happening in those titles.
Yeah.
And there's only a couple, man. It's like I used to have a pretty good stack that I got. It's deteriorating. It's all about movies. I don't care about movies. I really don't. Movies are 2-hour come and go. I mean, it's not on my wall back there. See? Who puts a movie on their wall? So you have to win money to buy your way into that. Okay, all y'all go buy your lottery tickets. After you win, you give the money to Doc.
Yes.
You buy a lottery ticket, you win the money, you give it to Doc, you get in Doc's book.
There you go.
You don't even have to win the big one, the scratcher.
Yeah, a little scratcher. It'll be fine.
Now look, I'm up here promoting lottery tickets. I'm horrible. Horrible. I'll get doxxed for that. Watch.
Taxes on the poor.
Oh, we have gone up a backer. We're at 114 backers now.
Thank you. Whoever did that. Appreciate that.
Oh.
Somebody did the thing.
Do the thing. That's what we're talking about.
Wonderful.
So you have plans for book 3.
Yes, I do.
I already alluded to that. I don't want you to go into it. I'm just saying.
I can go into it a little bit without giving much away. It's basically going to be a little bit of a detective story. The Jennifer is going to try to figure out who it was that betrayed her dad. She's going to find out some things about her dad and find out that someone betrayed him, and then she's going to that's what she's going to be doing. And there'll still be some people who are going to get it in the end. And then at the end of part 3, the one person who has bought a tier to get drawn in, the Spirit of Chaos, will come in at the very end and lead us into the next story arc. So I can tell you that much.
There you go. You can blame Jim for that 114.
I will say this, though. I'm going to take a little more time. I'm going to take my time on part 3. I've felt very stressed because I felt like I rushed part 2, not the script, but just getting it to the campaign stage. And I'm just that's one of the things I learned this time. Take what time you need. Don't obviously. I'm not going to take a year to do it, but if it means taking an extra couple of weeks, or in this case, had it meant not launching until January, that would have been okay. But this time, I'm going to take some time to make sure that I feel really comfortable when I launch part 3.
Well,
I felt very uncomfortable this time around.
As a fan, I will say, we can tell when you rush something. Ask Stephen King in book 7 of The Dark Tower.
Hmm.
We can tell when you rush something.
I can vouch that the quality didn't suffer. His sanity was mostly what took the toll.
Yeah.
The quality of the books, like,
no, I am very lucky. I'm very lucky to have gotten funded. I had about 6 days there where I was doing almost no promotion simply because my anxiety had overwhelmed me at that point. It was all I could do, just do my day job. And I'm still, well, I'm not going to go into all my personal crap here, but just to say that I feel very fortunate and very blessed. And thank you, everyone, really, from the bottom of my heart, who has backed this book and gotten it to this point, because I have had a number of moments this week where I was just like, if it doesn't make it, I will relaunch it in the spring. I'm not going to let it get me down very much, but I don't have to say that anymore. So so again, from the bottom of my heart, I just can't tell you how much I yes, Jeremy Lott, he put up his last remark here. Yes, he was a big cheerleader, a big help, and Jeremy is a great friend to have.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I pushed it, man. You were getting close. You kept getting closer and closer. Almost there, almost there. I was like, man, every time you said almost there, I hit share. It's like,
so close. I couldn't help but share it when it was at $69 away. And it feels like that was less than an hour ago. I know it was earlier this morning, but it's there now.
Well, I made a phone call to a friend of mine who had backed it last time and hadn't backed it yet, and he backed. He got in another $30, and then someone came in, someone who I don't know, and made a donation, and who will a nice donation, and we'll be getting we'll be getting all the perks, of course. So.
Yes.
So the other thing I wanted to is there anybody else on the team we should be throwing credit back at? Editors, anybody?
Oh, a lot of people. I mean, yeah, Jeremy Lott's my editor.
Jeremy.
Drop some names, brother. That's what I'm saying.
Sure. Rosetta Allen, she's been a big help. She not only did the colors for the variant cover and for the art that's going to be on the back of the deck of cards. She was really helpful in promoting it. She got on one show and just was trying to get people to back it, and she got up there and started shaking. Back tilt.
What her mama gave her. That was some shameless promotion if I've ever seen it, and I'm here for it. I love her. Yeah,
she is wonderful. And let's see what else. Well, Lakem Amir, who did the Kings for the deck of cards. He also did one of the pinups, and he was good to work with. Arch Sider, who I barely even know the guy. He just I just send him money, and he does the pinup. And Jeff Craven, who did my variant cover for issue 1, he did the Jacks this time. Of course, the lovely, gracious Leanore. Who's just always a joy to work with, and deadlines. Her deadlines need a little work, but that's okay.
I get it done.
You do get it done. You do get it done, and it is it is a fine job. And then the other one, Alan Gray, who did the cover for the reissue of Part 1. And it was original art too, so I got that sold. He was very good to work with too. So cool. Added some new people on this time, and it was all around a good experience in terms of working with and Vic. God, how can I forget Vic King, who did better not forget him. God. He did the variant cover, and he did the card art. So, and then Rosetta, of course, colored it.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, you better bring him up. I love this. Here we go. Look at that. Going to be great. Looking forward to the book.
Great.
Straight up. That's how we want to see it. people involved, people enjoying, man. So let's go ahead and take a little look-see here. What do we got? That's our Bouncing Out the Cake Girl.
Yeah, based on the movie Under Siege by that was Steven Seagal, probably his best movie, and the scene with Erica Laniak, for which he should have gotten an Academy Award, but oh well. And then this is the variant cover done by Vic King and colored by Rosetta Allen. Basically, what you got here is her dad, Larry, is trying to protect her from the mob hitmen. And one of the mob hitmen, the one on the left, actually looks like the spirit that gave Jennifer the power. The idea being there, it's a little ambivalent as to whether or not does the power protect her or does it put her in more danger. That's kind of what the why we did his face up that way. So
nice.
This is the opening page.
Okay, now if you're looking over here on the side, you got the play cards with Jennifer and Get Whacked here. You have the variant cover and the standard covers. Digital copy for $5. Always good to have a digital copy for those people overseas that just don't want to mess with shipping right now. Ugh, I understand. Both covers for $22. And if you look here, you get to be a thug and give up info to Jennifer and still get whacked. Be a mob hitman's friend or girlfriend and give up info to Jennifer and maybe not get whacked. What can you say?
Maybe.
Maybe not. Maybe you will. We just don't know.
This is
ship, right?
Pardon?
This isn't on a ship, though, right? I'm just saying, it's not on a ship. It's not Seagal's movie. It's just a scene similar to.
Yeah. It's inspired to and pays slight homage to, as it were.
And this page here, the between the second and third panel, she's just thrown out the cards, and the mobsters are going, "Oh crap, what the hell?" And then it goes back like 5 days earlier. And page 20, this is one of the combat scenes. The fourth panel there, you see some of the mobsters trying to grapple with some of the jacks. The King of Clubs sees it and says, "Hold them steady, boys," and runs over with his sword and decapitates 3 of the mobsters with one swing.
There you go.
Exciting and violent. All of the things you need.
And this here is the scene where Ellen Noir's employee comes back because he left his cell phone and finds her Ellen Noir tied up. And you can tell us correct, Lenore, that this is anatomically correct.
No comment.
It's the pink lady, y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What? Go ahead. I know you were going to say something.
Oh, no, I just said yes. That was it.
Okay.
Oh, it is anatomically correct. Okay.
Wait,
Great.
no. Huh? Wait, that's a trap.
I think it looks great. So, jiggities.
Yeah, that is one of the two. It comes as a package of 2 pinups. Jiggity has a double meaning here. In poker, a pair of jacks is known as a jiggity, and of course the jacks here are ogling Jennifer, so it's kind of a play on Glenn from Family Guy, giggity, jiggities. So
we like it. And then you go explain that one.
That's Jennifer with junk in the trunk, as I like to call it. And that's just what Archsider did. It's everything's playing off the strip scene this time. So
them cheeks.
Sometimes I hit the wrong button.
It happens to the best of us.
All right. So what else do we got? Oh, there's another.
Yep. This is what's going to be on the back of the deck of cards.
Okay. You have
an ace of spades strategically placed there. And
strategically, like how long did you strategize that?
Hours of arduous.
More than just 60 seconds.
There was geometry involved.
There was some ample description given to Vic King for that. So
he said ample, and that's amazing.
I didn't say enormous, but I did say ample.
Slow down.
Yeah.
Had we been drawing Leanore, I would have had we been drawing Leanore, I might have said enormous, but no, ample was.
Oh my!
Standard variant reissue cover. What's up with that?
I was just displaying some of the art.
Okay.
These are the custom jacks that will be in the deck of cards. So you basically you go in alphabetical order: clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades. So those will be on the cards instead of your usual jacks. These are the queens done by Leanore. Again, clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades. And these are the kings that were done by Lakem Amir. And again, clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades.
Nice.
And this was just some of the art that was available, not available anymore. So
I saw it said sold out on the original art. So there you go with that. It's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you guys want to spend a whole bunch of money really fast, we can get into some of this stuff. See, I mean, this is one of the things that I do try to tell people, though, Doc, and I'll even tell you too. The goals that you guys set yourselves, you pressure yourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could have set a $1,500 goal and still got your $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
And been not stressed about it because you'd have got the 1,500 in the first couple days or whatever, and then you'd have been selling your book fun for the rest of the month, as opposed to am I going to fund all month? It's like it's a thing for you guys. How much money you have to print so many books, right?
Mm-hmm.
You already know what that is. Okay, the goal is not the money. The goal is the amount of backers. So you're counting books when you're thinking about how many I'm going to have to print. You're not counting backers. You're counting books. So when you figure this in, it's like, okay, if these people are going to back me, I'm going to be able to pay for whatever amount of books I need to print.
Mm-hmm.
As long as they're backing me, So you go out there with a goal of 1,500, 2,000. You got it a long time ago, and then you had fun for the rest of the month. You weren't stressed until the last day. Just something to think about for number 3. Maybe don't say.
Now there's a lot to be said for that. There is a lot to be said for that, Pops. I
watch you guys, man, and the ones that are having fun are the ones that got it funded quick. But then you look at them go; they're not setting a super high goal. They're still selling the same amount of books that they would either way. It's just whether or not you're selling happy or selling stressed, or trying to sell stressed. Okay, selling happy is way more fun than trying to sell stressed.
These are true. He's speaking true. He's dropping wisdom.
Yeah, I'm certainly going to take that and chew on it quite a bit before part 3. So,
I mean, it just makes it easier on you. I know when we did Mojo, okay, we talked about it for months beforehand, and then COVID delayed it a few months on top of that. So we talked about it a lot, but it funded in 48 minutes, and they got to sell the book happy for a whole month. For the rest of the month, they got to be like, we funded in 48 minutes, come on, get this book. Instead of, please, we're this close to being funded. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a whole different mindset from the promotion side of it. It's way easy for me to promote a book that's already funded.
Yeah.
I
Oh
can
yeah.
go out there and be excited and be like, "Yo, you guys, this one's already rolling. Get on it." And then there's the ones that we're out there and we're like this and we're like hitting that button all day long on the last day, going, "Come on, y'all, we only need a little bit more. We only need a little bit more." It's like one's way more fun than the other, and you want this to be fun.
Yeah, you do.
So just no food for thought. Maybe not. Maybe don't make it to the point where you have to work so hard on this end of it.
Yeah.
So you can work harder on the other end of it, which is the part that we appreciate. So, let us do the work on this end of it, and really push it, but don't make it so that we have to work either. Because believe me, I feel for every one of you guys that are doing this, and when you're down at the end and you're barely making to the funded line, or the people that don't make it to the final, I feel horrible, man. I feel like I didn't do good enough. I wasn't out there pushing it hard enough. I feel it's a failure for me too. That's what I try to tell everybody. It's like,
yeah, but it really, I understand you feeling that way, but it's not on you.
Oh,
it's
I know.
Really not. It's not on you.
I'm just saying, because I take this on and I take it seriously, and I want you guys all to succeed. So it's like when one of them doesn't make it, I'm like, man, it's like, or the ones that really bother me are the people that pull their campaign with a week to go when they're not that far away, not realizing that the last week is when a lot of people go, okay, I better get on this.
Yeah.
It's like, never pull your campaign. I mean, let it go all the way. Never pull it, because the last day, you never know how many hits you're going to get. And if you got people to go out, like, and I wanted to tell everybody else too, after this, Leanore has a show.
Yes, on Twitch.
Okay, that she does, and she's going to be going right out and doing her show after this show. So go watch her there too. And get to know her a little better, because she's new to us in the madness. It's all new. Leanore.
I fit right in. I'm quite mad myself.
it's and everything that's comic related is madness. That's the way we look at it.
Point. But it's a fun kind of madness.
And that's what I mean. It's like, I want everybody to have fun. I want everybody to succeed. I want to have fun. And it's way fun when I'm out here going, man, this one's funded. We're looking at stretch goals. What kind of goodies we going to get? It's like, then I get to go out there and push the next level, the next phase of it. The earlier in the campaign I get to do that, the better. We want to get to the stretch goals too. We don't just, funded is awesome. I can't wait to see people's reactions. That's the other thing. When people get it in their hand, a book that I backed, and then they get it in their hand and they go out and they tell everybody, man, this book is awesome. I got this great book. And then I really feel good, because it's like, that's the main thing. The first book, we can sell the crap out of it. But the second book only sells on how good the first book is, and so on. I mean, the last book dictates a good portion of your fan base that's going to back you on the next book. So the better the book is, the more word of mouth travels, the more people are like, oh man, did you get that? You didn't get the first one? Get in on the second one. You might be able to get a copy of the first one, PDF or something, but you need to get caught up on that. And word of mouth is really what sells our books. It really is. We're doing it on the internet, but it's still us telling each other, yo, this is cool. Yo, that's cool. Same as we would be if we were talking to each other in person. So
very true.
It's all word of mouth, man. And right here, Jeremy said number 2 is more badass than number 1.
Yeah, it is.
He's not saying it's better. He said it's more badass, which means number 1 was badass, and number 2 is even more.
More badass.
You got to make sure you context people. Context. It matters. Tar and feather. I got to take a shot at Twitter right now, man. A post. Tar and feather. Not directed at anyone. No context. I got banned for 7 days.
Oh no!
It's insane.
For
What?
one tweet, 3 words, and it was
Tar and feather.
tar and feather. It's our history, man. That's part of our history, you know. And I didn't say anything about tax collectors or anybody that needs necessarily to get that. Although there's probably a whole bunch of people up there that do, but you know, I didn't direct it at anybody. It was just like, man, there's so much crap going on right now. It's just like tar and feather. Just line them all up. You know, I don't even care. Line them
The
all.
blanket statement, and Twitter was like, none of that now. No.
Yeah, we can't have that. You know, so
No.
I just went over to your account and it's not suspended anymore.
Oh, did I win my fight?
I don't know. I mean, I can
ban. It's just going to keep him from posting for 7 days.
Yeah, it doesn't let me post for 7 days.
Oh, it doesn't suspend the account.
Yeah, no, the account's still up. It just won't let him do anything with it.
I can still send a private message, but I can't post or share or retweet.
He's basically in timeout because he did a bad thing.
Yeah, I said tar and feather, man.
Such a bad thing.
Are
you sure it wasn't the guy that you called a Nazi here? Or you said you wonder if his hero is Hitler?
No, that was not. They showed me the tweet. It's tar and feather.
Yeah, they'll be like, this tweet violated our community guidelines for hateful speech and encouraging violence.
Tar and feather. And it didn't have nothing to do with that guy. See, they didn't get me for that one.
I got suspended for 4 days for Mags Visaggio. I said, what was it? Dead naming, and what was the other one? Dead naming and misgendering. And I appealed and said no. I said nay, her name, which means formerly known as. And then the other one, what did I say? That who used to be a man? I said he used to be a man. So I'm not misgendering.
Those are technically factual statements. You were like,
factual
no
statements, and
1 point.
So they
they
restored it.
Everything is broken down into ridiculousness now. It's crazy. I made a blanket comment, you know. And
see, and the way they do it is, it's you get punished before you can defend yourself.
Yes, that's the thing. Here, we're gonna nail you, and then you can go ahead and try to complain about.
It's like we're gonna sentence. It's like telling someone we're gonna sentence you to 10 years in prison before your trial. Like wait, no,
But that's okay. It's like they did what they did. I got 7 days. I won't be able to be out there sharing everybody's stuff. If you wonder why, it's not because of anything you did. I did it. I blew it. I said, Batty. I said 3 words that encapsulate how we treated traitors and bad people in our history. And, that's just how it is. That other thing, that Hitler thing, that was, dude said something about everybody having a barcode to prove that they got the vaccination. And I was like, that just sounds a little bit too World War II for me. Sorry, can't go there, and I mean, dude needs to check his history because that's just bad.
Mm-hmm.
Barcodes. I think we went there once before. That didn't turn out that well. So, I'm just saying. Yeah, tilt number 2.
Right, moving right back along.
Stupid Twitter got me all on a rant.
Don't need any barcodes for tilt number 2.
No.
And it's crazy because they, Facebook, they haven't banned me for going out and telling about it, and YouTube didn't kick me off for talking about it, and StreamYard didn't kick me off for talking about it. So Twitter, take a lesson. Shall we go on?
That just means that somebody got particularly offended and reported it, and Twitter didn't even look at it first. They were just like, "This is obviously bad."
Well, they never do. They just, the Twitter wants to pass the path of least resistance, which is, they just hope people will agree to take the thing down, and
Okay, but if they take it down, then they should be reinstated.
Although you do get reinstated pretty quick if you take it down.
We'll see.
Oh.
We shall see.
But I refuse to take mine down. I said I did not violate any of these rules here.
That's the thing. It actually says that if you remove it, then it'll start the countdown. In some cases, it's like it won't start counting down until you get your account back, until you admit that you did something wrong. But if you don't think you did anything wrong, then you're stuck in this like funky, weird limbo, and it is the most bizarre thing. Like, who thought that policy through and decided this is a great idea?
You know what I'm really good at though? Taking screenshots of stuff and putting it back on later.
Oof! My dog is barking. I will be right back. I'm gonna go see what she
has one too. Rocky's right here at my feet going, what was that? Our dog. Yeah, man, Twitter is dumb. I totally get it. Yep, and a lot of them are getting out of hand with censorship and just being ridiculously stupid. It's not like if I had named somebody, pointed finger, whatever, and said that guy needs to be, then maybe. But even so, maybe that guy does deserve to be.
I think really you should only get in trouble for making a threat or doxing somebody. If you do that, then I can understand you getting your account suspended or eventually even getting kicked off the platform.
Okay.
But beyond that, I mean, I'm sorry, it's free speech, and you do have a block function. So
there is the possibility that they could have took tar and feather as a threat, just generally, I guess, that I was just going to go out and do it to anybody in general.
Well, I mean, with all these rules now, all you've really done is weaponize people who are hostile to free speech. That is all you've done. You've put, who are hostile, who don't want certain opinions expressed, and and are overly sensitive or are little totalitarians. You're just, all you've done is empower them. If you're going to have rules against speech, it's doxing and threats, and that's it.
It's just sad that they can't put actual people looking over the stuff as opposed to an algorithm or whatever that just red flags stuff and yanks it out. Okay. Now, especially when it comes to reported stuff, okay? When an individual reports something, that's one thing. Now, if 5,000 people or whatever, everybody on your friends list or everybody you've seen, it's just like hammering that report button, yeah, I can get it. But if one person's pissing and moaning, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Why do you put my stuff down over what one person? I have opinion, he got opinion. I got opinion, he got opinion.
And furthermore, I mean, if I think Mags Visaggio should not have to refer to her as a woman, because every single cell in her body has an X and a Y chromosome, which it still does. Well, see, but that's the thing, it's free speech, and what they're trying to do is shut down whether or not this is really
What you did though is like totally different from what I didn't target any individual or anything like that where somebody had any reason to come back at me in that way. It wasn't like it was like at somebody. That's what I'm saying. It's like there was no context. They just banned me over 3 words that they cannot put context to and call it hate. Okay? It's our history. It's a part of our history. Back in the day, people got out of line and they got tarred and feathered.
There you go.
The way it was. I didn't, I'm just like, come on, man. You guys just banned me for 7 days for 3 words with no context. That's where you're getting out of line. That's where they're going overboard. It's like at least have something that when I come back at you, you have a legitimate reason for having done this. You got nothing in that case. But still, it's man, we got 15 minutes. We got this. We should talk about this. We really should.
Okay.
This right here. Let me see if I can get the trailer to play. You want to watch the trailer?
Sure, why not?
Let's see if we can get this thing to play.
It's that time again, my friends. Time to get tilted. The campaign for Tilt Part 2 is underway. Jennifer Poehler was in danger after Mom Coop murdered her dad. For her protection, Spirit gave her the power to make the characters in an ordinary deck of playing cards come alive. Now she has to use that power to eliminate the mobsters who killed her dad. In issue 2, it is time for the mobsters to face the music. But what price will Jennifer pay? Will her recklessness catch up with her? Find out in Back Tilt Part 2. Brought to you by the same team that brought you issue 1. Written by David Doc Hog Hogler. Illustrated by Marcos Lima. Colored by Leanore King. And lettered by D. Jason Meadows. Bringing you 32 pages of sexiness, surprises, and slaughter. Tilt Part 2, now on Indiegogo. It's superheroes meet the Sopranos, and this time, the Sopranos get whacked.
Nice. Who's that voice?
Alexander Cole.
That's it. All right.
Used to co-host Indie Comic Stream with me till he got too busy. So.
See, now that's a good thing. Getting too busy, y'all. You see how that works?
Mm-hmm.
Getting too busy is always a good thing. This is always right. Sometimes I lose it right here. I'm just gonna eliminate the screen all the way because sometimes I try to like go back or something and all of a sudden I'm not even online anymore.
Oh, no.
You know,
That would be tragic.
I've had that happen a couple of times. One of the things I learned is that if I want to bring up something on the screen, I use I've got I use the new Edge browser from Microsoft, but I have still do Chrome when I want to bring something up on the screen. I use Chrome. I don't flip over to other tabs on the Edge browser because that seems to cause a lot of crashes on StreamYard. So, but if you use two separate browsers, I've never had that problem.
I'll hit the wrong button and I'll be all the way out, and my guests will still be talking, and I'll be like trying to get back into the studio, and I mean I'll be all the way out of the studio going, what happened? All I did was hit back. All I did was hit that back arrow on my share screen thing, and it was poof, I was gone. What happened? I'm getting better at this though. I mean, hell, I was telling Leanore before we started, it's like I don't know nothing about none of this stuff. I was a comic book fan, and all the podcasting, the con organizing, the group, the promoting, all that. That's all stuff that I'm learning, hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, finding out what works and what doesn't, and in today's volatile, state, it's hard to run the middle and make everybody happy.
Mm-hmm.
But I try, I mean, I keep all that stuff out of the group, I don't go in the group and talk about nothing but comics.
No, I mean, you've kept, I know you booted off one of my things because it was more political, which, hey, it's your site and that's what you just want to, you want to keep it focused on comics. And I get it. I appreciate people who have standards like that.
I have people in my cons from both extremes and all up and down the middle and everything in between. Okay. And we do not exclude anybody. I don't care. You got a book that you want to show people, but in the interest of selling it, just sell it to the middle and let them decide. Don't pitch it to one side or the other, because then you're kind of like killing half the possible fan base. You never know. Story might be good. Doesn't matter. They might have character in it. You don't care for their lifestyle, whatever. Story might still be good. There's a lot of books that I've written, like Anne Rice, all them vampire books. Love them all. Okay. The Interview with the Vampire, all that stuff. Love it all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Yeah, there's some stuff that ain't necessarily what I agree with in lifestyle, but the stories are awesome. You can't take away from the story because of a character's preferences or whatever. You just can't limit yourself like that. You got to be open. And the same from the selling point. You know, you can't sell it from too far one side or the other, or you're just kind of shooting yourself in one of your feet. I don't know which one, but one of them. Always promote to the middle. Always. It makes sense. Now, somebody might buy your book and love it that wouldn't have bought it otherwise. You know what I mean? They might not have bought it just on the way it was presented. But if you just present it down the middle and let them decide, then everybody gets a chance to actually decide if they like your book or not based on the book's merits, and not the op-eds. You know what I mean? It's like let the book win. That's what it's all about, and that's really what all of them are trying to say, and they're forgetting that. It's like let the book sell itself. Come out here, you know, with the basis for the story, the art, and give people a reason to want to buy it. Never give people a reason not to want to buy it. You know what I mean? That's basically what it, and that goes for everything. Give people a reason to buy your music, your books, you know, your TV show, whatever. Never give them a reason not to.
Yeah.
They're not even gonna tune in, man. You know what I mean? And you already lost a potential fan.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I do sometimes. Like I put out a picture on Twitter, one me next to Dan Slott, and I'll say, "This is Dan Slott. He treats his customers like poop. This is Doc Hog. He treats his customers like gold. Back Doc, be treated like gold, and back Doc Hogs." You know. Now, granted, I might be alienating some Dan Slott fans, but I don't think I have a lot of potential Dan Slott fans as backers. So.
Well, see, but that's just it. If he was cool, he'd have a lot more fans. You know, I mean, if you're not out there shooting at people, they're not shooting back.
I got blocked by Dan Slott years ago because I asked him a question. I didn't even come in it with bad faith. I don't even remember what the question was. It was just this just harmless question, and this was years ago before they were, you know, pros were being called out for just dismissing and treating fans like crap. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck happened? I literally just asked a question, just a normal everyday, like as a fan, I was curious. And he was like, nah, I not only don't want to answer, I would like to block you now. Okay, cool. Thanks for that. I feel great.
Now that question must have hit really close to home in some obscure way.
But it was a way I had no way of knowing about.
Right.
Like,
But
I don't know it on a personal level.
Obscure way.
I don't speculate on people's personal lives if I'm not, you know.
But you did after that.
So, I mean, as soon as he did that, I was like, wow, what the fuck? Like, that's the first thing I thought was something like somebody pissed in his cornflakes this morning and he's just been mad at everyone all day. But this is like years later. I'm still blocked. That's fine. It's fine.
That's funny though. There's people that block me, and there's, you know, I mean, what can you say? You know, I mean, not everybody's going to agree with everything that you say.
Dan Slott has me blocked too, and I don't even know why.
Because you're following me, I bet. I'm not even joking.
That might be it.
I'm pretty sure I don't even follow Dan Slott, so hopefully he hasn't blocked me. But all that, like I said, all that doesn't matter. It's like, it's just in his case as well. When you're selling, don't give people a reason not to buy your book.
Exactly.
Dan, all of you, everybody, don't ever give people a
do
reason.
as much as you can to accommodate the customer. Answer their questions to the best of your ability. If you can't do that, be vague about it, but at least let them know that you heard them and appreciate them for caring. Like,
yeah, because if you're going to be out here, on social media and try to be that personality, then at least like be receptive of the people.
Social media. That means you have to be social to a point.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you can just not be on social media if you want to.
Just have a website. Have one of those. Like have a very professional
Etsy store.
entity. Hire somebody to run a Twitter that's very obviously just posting your professional stuff and isn't you personally. Like,
call
keep
me.
it separate like that if that's what you want to do.
Call me. I got you.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, like, if for people who can't be like in the middle, if you can't, separate your personal opinions from your ability to sell stuff, and that bothers you, then separate the two things. Like, it isn't impossible.
It's really funny is like there's people that won't back somebody's book because I promote it.
Rude.
I didn't have anything to do with their book. Okay, buy their book. Don't like use me as an excuse to not buy their book.
Rude.
That just is like, really? Because there's a whole bunch of people out there that buy books because they saw me promoting them. So when I hear about that one or two that it's like, man, I'm not backing that book because Pops. And it's like,
but why? Make it make sense. If you're that kind of person, then you might not have actually wanted to back it in the first place, and you're just using that as an excuse. Like,
that's what I say. Don't use me as an excuse that you don't want to back a book.
It just sounds like you're not interested, and you don't want to just say that. Like, just
there you go.
It's fine.
The whole thing is are you going to go down the list of all the books that I promote and not back any of them? Because that's a long freaking list.
It sounds like you don't like comic books at that point.
Yeah. It's like, because I promote a lot of people's books. And if I mean, it's like, it seems to me like you would really be shutting yourself out of a whole bunch of good content if you're using me as your
well, fella, I think you're just doing yourself no favors. That's what's happening.
I'm nobody. Don't use me as your excuse not to back somebody's book. I'm nobody. Nobody's gonna believe you anyway if you tell them that. Oh, I didn't back that one because of Pops. What?
Like, no, you didn't back it because you're broke, and that's fine. Just own it.
That's me. I tell everybody I'm the brokest guy in the room. I'm here with my free StreamYard. It's like I'm the brokest guy in the room, and I'm not ashamed of it. I live a great life, and I get to spend every day with my grandkids, and there's nothing better. I'm having a blast doing this with people like you. I'm meeting all these great creatives all the time. Every week and every month I get to meet new people when I do the con. I'm having a blast. Broke doesn't mean anything to me because I'm rich when it comes to what I've surrounded myself with. The people in my group, my family, there's nothing. There's no monetary value that can replace this. Somebody could say, come work for me for $100,000 in LA, and I'd be like, I don't know, because I wouldn't be happy. I mean, unless it was doing something like this, something I'm happy doing.
Like, that's a hard pass. Like, unless they're saying, let me buy you a giant mansion and move you and everyone you love into this house. Like, that's it.
Who's this? What do we got here? What is this?
Hey, new comic book Norma here.
Hey,
hello.
Thank you.
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
He's here to sing the praises of Tilt 1.
All right, there you go. We have a fan. I asked Doc to bring a fan out, somebody that,
I did my best.
There, and here we are. I'll even.
I tried to bring Wyman, and then he confessed to me that he has not read a single one of the indie comics that he has backed and received. Not a single one of them.
Shame.
Leanore, do you have to leave like right now to go do your show?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say I'll run this another 10 minutes or so, and we'll let Norm give his take on Tilt.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I really enjoyed the book, especially Jennifer's character. You see that character. She kind of wants to know what's going on, but then when she finally gets to know what's going on, she's like knee deep into some shit.
You mean
and it's some shit that she doesn't want to be in at first. And I actually went back and reread it. What's pretty interesting is her unwillingness to do this and her kind of like, I don't know about this thing, but I really saw the cards, especially the Queen of Hearts, really pushing her into it. Like, you've already come this far. They ain't no turning back.
Yeah.
And even still after that, I mean, she's still before she kills the the Kenny, I think is
Kenny H.
Yeah. Kenny H. And before she even kills him, I mean, she's in the bathroom throwing up. So she's still kind of like, I don't know about this. So I really like that. It was like, it wasn't one of those, she gets this power. It was just like, oh, hell yeah, let's go. Got this. Let's go kill some people. It was really like a human character. First, she didn't even, think that it was real. She thought she was kind of hallucinating, and then it was real, but she's still like, I kind of don't want to do this. And she's kind of slowly being, pulled along into that. So I really liked it about it. And what a second thing I really liked is that before I got the book, I wondered, like, what are we going to do with these other cards? Is it just going to be the face cards? So it was a pretty cool surprise seeing the two aces thrown out there as bazookas. That was really cool. And it's just what really drew me into
that is not a universally held opinion, by the way. I've also heard it called kind of silly, but
I did.
It's a comic book. You can stretch it a little.
In my review, I was like, there was a silly part because I don't like to give away what happens.
Oh, that was you. Oh.
He said it.
I said it was silly, but it was good silly.
Okay.
There's a difference between just like, this is stupid, but hey, this is silly, this is cool, this is good. It was still fun. It was one of those things I really liked.
It's all about having fun. That's what I mean.
Exactly.
If you're having fun reading it, then people writing it and drawing it were having fun too.
Because it was just like, wow, what are we going to do with these cards? The Queen of Hearts mentions it, that she could do stuff, just her imagination, and then that was her imagination to throw those two aces out, and then it was freaking bazookas.
Hell yeah.
But what really drew me to the first campaign, it's such a original concept. Like, I've never seen that concept of, oh, well, what happens if you could throw the playing cards out there and the playing cards came to life and a thing like that. But with the story behind it of her having to go through the whole process of actually having to kill people, like it, especially after that first one, and it's like, oh shit, I actually have to kill people. So I've really enjoyed the first one.
That's awesome. So you backed the second one. You're anxiously awaiting.
Yep. I was the second backer.
Backer number 2. Who was backer number 1? Do you know? Doc? Who was your first?
Well, I couldn't. I cannot. Even if I did know, if I don't have permission,
disclose.
I will not. I don't disclose any backer unless they do it themselves first. So no, I don't.
He was the first backer. No,
I take my. I had people. When Renfamous backed me in the first campaign. There were people like, you've got her address now, and I'm like, I don't care, I'm not revealing any of that stuff.
She's a customer now. She has to be.
And I'm going to treat her exactly the same way I treat all my customers, even though I know she has doxed people, but it doesn't matter once you're my customer. I will say that she obviously couldn't find anything negative enough to say about it for word one to come out of her mouth when she got the book. Yeah. So. Like, in my mind, that means she liked it and was mad about it. So and that makes me so happy. I guess that's why she didn't back issue 2. So she's like, I can't. I'm just gonna keep giving him my money if I do this. Yeah,
that's okay. Everybody needs to throw money around right now. That's what, like I said earlier, it is Christmas, y'all. At the end of a crappy freaking year.
Well, that's the other reason. I'm really very grateful because we are heading into the time of the year where you got to spend gifts on everyone, and you don't have a lot of you have a lot less disposable income. So the fact that I hit it today just makes me that much happier, and again that much more grateful.
Confirm that at least one of the backings that occurred was in fact purchased as a Christmas gift. So,
and I want to say this as for all you fans that are buying gifts for everybody else. It's been a crappy year. Buy yourself something too.
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
It's been a crappy year, man. And while you're taking care of everybody else, stop for a minute and ask yourself if there's something within reason that you want for yourself, man. Because everybody's going to get less gifts. Everybody's got less money to spend. Everybody's going to get less of, what you would normally get. So throw yourself a little something.
Mm-hmm. And if at the end of the day, all you can really afford to give yourself is a good, nice, long nap in the middle of a day.
Hey, like you said, treat yourself.
From you.
I wanted one of those today so bad, but virtual school said. It's horrible, man. It's like I said, it's like three different schedules. They all go to lunch at different times. It's like you don't know one's on break, one's not on break. It's like, oh my God, you got to get the kids to come tell me when you're on break and what time you have to go back. When you're on break, you come to me and you tell me, okay, Grandpa, I'm on break until this time. Okay, so Grandpa knows when you're supposed to be back on that freaking computer. It's like, because I don't got no schedule. I don't know what's going on. I'm not listening to 3 different classes going, okay. Virtual school is rough on the parents. It is. I mean, I only have to do it a couple days a week. It is like rough on Grandpa. I'll tell you that. And then we, of course, have one other little one that's before school, and he wants to listen in on their school and stuff. And now he's becoming a little genius. And it's like, oh, my God. He's walking around 38 plus 38 is 72. And it's like,
how did you know this? What?
And it's like because his older brothers weren't around teaching him everything he's learning. And his brother's like 3 grades ahead of where he's going to be, so it's like, oh my God, he's going to go to kindergarten. He's not going to need kindergarten. It's
that could pan out.
Well, I mean,
it's a grade that's one less grade you have to deal with a virtual school or whatever kind of school.
I tried to make sure all of them were prepared when they got to school, that first year, but it's like, I don't think I'm going to have to work too hard on him. He's going to know it all. It's crazy. But I mean, that's the cool thing about virtual school too, is we can actually see what they're learning.
Yeah. And
we can actually be involved in it. And that's fun too. It's both ends of the spectrum, like most everything in 2020. And in one end of the spectrum, you get to watch the light go off in their eyes as they're learning stuff, which usually they're learning it at school and you're not there. You don't get to see that. So that's cool. And on the other end of it is like there's 3 and it's just schedule and blah, 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 and stress. And, So it's kind of like crowdfunding a book. It is stress, but it is fun. It is stress, but it is fun. That's what we want. You guys, it's been great.
Thank you, Normie, for showing up and giving it a plug. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. I wish I could have got here sooner, but had to get work. And
I appreciate you taking your time. And Pops, thanks for hosting us. And Leanore, love you always.
Norm, if you're not a member of the Comic Related Madness over on Facebook, join up.
All right.
That's where I do most of the promotion that I do. Twitter's just like a small little branch and YouTube's a small little branch, but the Comic Related Madness is where most of it happens. That's where CromCon originated out of. Everything I do began in the madness, and I will always give credit and tell everybody go there first, because that's where it all begins.
All right, I'll check it out.
You'll go there, you'll see everybody. It's awesome. Even these two. I'll never get used to that. I can point down. I know when it is pointing down. I never get
Yep.
that.
Always
Always,
down and up.
I want
always
to.
point the wrong way. Lenore, thank you so much. Everybody,
Yes, thank you for having
Thank
me.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
everybody
And
go
again,
watch the
thanks
show.
to all my backers.
Yeah. And yes,
Mwah.
everybody who watched, everybody who backs this book between now and midnight, it ain't over yet. It's good till midnight. Go check it out. Get behind Tilt 2. And anybody who gets it and wants to come out and talk about it after you have it in your hot little hands, we like to do that too. We love not reviews, but a fan who anticipated it and they got it in their hand, they want to talk about it. You come on out and you talk about it. We will give you a platform because that's just what we do. So launch parties, countdown parties, CromCon, Monday Madness, special editions, Friday Madness. You never know what's going to go on because it's freaking madness. Peace, y'all. Have a good weekend. Have a good Christmas. I don't know how many more of these I'm going to do. I might not be on again until after Christmas. So peace. Y'all have a great holiday.